fans. Now let's have a look at what we have for you on this episode of the Shredded Edition. And the first one is Batman Sword of Azrael, Book 1, Number 1. And that's by DC Comics. It was done October 1992. This is the case they come in. Cover of the comic book right there. Certificate of authenticity that I have signed, the comic book pusher. And we start by putting the, what some are calling the coffin, but it's this beautiful crystal clear case that will contain the remains of the comic book. We put it in our shredding machine that does all of our heavy work for us. We take our comic book, and this is the one that you will own after the show, that you can come back and show your friends and your family and your kids, your grandchildren. Again and again, this is mine. It was done on the Shredded Edition by the comic book pusher himself, right before our eyes. And this one, Azrael saves the Batman, but nothing can save this comic from becoming a Shredded Edition. And there it goes. I know some of you might be thinking, wow, he's shredding comic books, but I'll tell you what, these make really wonderful collector's items, and they're all one of a kind. And you can all see yours done right before your eyes, right here on the Shredded Edition. It also gives you a bit of authenticity for yours. If you should decide you ever want to sell yours, show them this video, and hey, there's your authenticity. One tried to escape. We won't let that happen. We'll get them all in there for you. We have our seal that we put on either side of it that shows the issue that has been encased and the episode it was done on. Our seal of approval, our seal of authenticity. Now that is a beautiful collectible that anybody will enjoy having on their shelves at home. Alright, we'll be back with the next one in just a moment. Alright, comic fans, we're ready with our next one, and later on in the show we're going to give you an opportunity to choose a comic book that you would like to see become a Shredded Edition here on the show. But right now we have this one for you. It is X-Men number 1 Special Collector's Edition. This one had the first appearance of the Acolytes, but it'll be the last time you'll see them in this copy, because this copy is going to become a Shredded Edition. Wonderful art by Jim Lee there. And no offense, Jim, we love your artwork, but this comic has to become a Shredded Edition today. And there it is. And don't forget, everybody, you'll be able to, one of these days I'm going to remember that you have to put this in first to make it easy on yourself. Alright, I'll get it right one of these days, guys. Who's here to help me? Am I here by myself? Tell me that this is supposed to go in there. It's hard to get good help these days. We'll get the shreddings in here. Well, that's a healthy amount of shreddings in there, but I'm sure we will be able to get it all in. Pretty thick comic book there. I think we coined a new phrase for comic book coolness. That comic book is thick. That's thick, man. That is one thick comic book, and that is going to make an absolutely gorgeous Shredded Edition to put on your shelf. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Now that is a great collectible. Let's get our seal of approval, and I approve that. Episode 2 of the Shredded Edition. Everybody will get their opportunity to get a Shredded Edition comic book. Now you can bid on these right after the show, because all of our auctions are scheduled to start immediately after the show is over. That is gorgeous. Another beautiful collectible for you. One of a kind, nobody else but you will own this one. When you come back and watch, I'm talking to you. You're the one that owns this now. How cool is that? And they're lining up there quite beautifully. We'll be right back with another one for you. And it is the Walking Dead number 192 Special Commemorative Edition. This was done by Image Comics in July 2018. And it's going to become our next Shredded Edition. And in this one, I'm afraid Rick Grimes, the very first person you meet in The Walking Dead, meets his demise, and he went off to another life. And now this comic book is going to be going off to another life as a Shredded Edition. Bye, Rick. We'll see you in the next life. It chomped that one up real good. So let's get it out. Very nice. So there's reds and whites in there because it's all black and white inside. That's going to be a beautiful addition to your other Walking Dead comic books and other Walking Dead collectibles. It's the one of a kind. Nobody but you will own this Walking Dead special commemorative edition as a shredded edition. When they started hermetically sealing comic books, I love graded comic books and slabs. I think they're awesome. But when they started doing that, I thought that was a little crazy, hermetically sealing comic books so that you really reduce them to the front and the back and how much they're worth. And that's okay, you know. You can boo that if you like, but that's okay. We decided, you know, maybe we'll take this one step farther and make a shredded edition and reduce it to completely unreadable. I think the kids like that idea. Get our seals on here. And there you have the shredded edition of The Walking Dead number 192 special commemorative edition. We'll be right back with another one for you, kids. Here we are ready for our next one. Before we do, if you're liking what we're doing, if you're enjoying the show, please give us a thumbs up. Please tell us down in the comments, and do share it with your friends, and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when the next shredded edition is happening. Here we are with our next one. Here comes a reveal, and it is X-Force number 2, which, by the way, was the second ever appearance of Deadpool. And that's Rob Lightfield's creation. But, you know, Rob, we love your comics, but shredded editions have to be made. If you find you would like to buy one of these, you can get it on eBay after the show. We'll have them up for auction. Rob, if you're out there watching, you might want to get in on the auction. Bid on your own comic book that's become a shredded edition, because this is a one of a kind. There will be no other. Only you will own it. Who will beat Rob to be the owner of this shredded edition version of X-Force number 2 by Marvel Comics, September 1991. And it is now a shredded edition and a one-of-a-kind collectible that you will be proud to own, that anybody will be proud to own, because these are unique. They're fun. They make a great gift. These shredded editions will be up for auction after the show. If you're the lucky winner, you can come back and say, hey, thanks Comic Book Pusher for making my copy right before my eyes. I'll say, hey, thanks a lot. I'm glad you got this one. If you ever decide to sell it, well, bring the next buyer to the show. Show them that this is the one that was made right here on the show for you. No other in the world exists. Just yours. This is a truly unique, one-of-a-kind comic book collectible. And they are stacking up quite nicely over here, as you can see. And we'll be right back with another one for you. Hey comic book fans, we have 3 comic books in line to become shredded editions, and you get to decide which one. That's coming right up. Well, here we are, fans. This is the part of our show where you get to become involved, you get to make history along with us, you get to help decide which one of these will become a shredded edition, one of our next shows. We have 3 for you to choose from. We'd like you to make comments down below. Tell us which one of these should become a shredded edition and why you think it should become a shredded edition. The first one we have here is Street Fighter number 1 from Malibu Comics. That super hot game became a super hot comic book. We have Vampirella number 1 from Dynamite Entertainment. She's celebrating 50 years. And Stranger Things number 1 from Dark Horse Comics. Fans of the show are going to love this one. You're going to want to own this one. It'll be the only shredded edition made of Stranger Things number 1. So this is your chance to make history along with us, kids. Tell us down below which of these should become a shredded edition, why you think it should become a shredded edition. Here's your chance. We'll be right back with you. Hey comic book fans, we're going to take you on a trip to our Comics Club Pop Emporium. We're going to show you some products that you're going to just love. You'll be able to buy them at our Comics Club Pop Emporium online. Down below in the description of this video, you're going to see links to these products. And we'll start with this one over here. Yeah, pretty cool. You can get this in all kinds of different merchandise. You can get them on t-shirts, you can get them on cups and buttons and what have you, all kinds of things. Go have a look. And there's this one here. And just like the others, you can get them on all kinds of different things. It's on our Pop Emporium. Hey, let's look at another one. How about this one? And maybe this one here. So down below you'll see a link to these products if you like them. If you want to see those on a shirt or on a cup or on all kinds of other merchandise, go on, look down below. Go have a look at our stuff. Tell your friends about it. Make great gifts for all of your pop culture fans. We'll be right back to the next part of our show. And what do we have here for everybody? It is Darkness, #1 from December 1996. Top Cow's creation. And Garth Ennis weaves us a very dark tale. This copy is going to become very dark because it's going to become a shredded edition. And Garth, we love your writing. This one will be unreadable, I'm afraid, but that's okay. Look at those beautiful shreds. And look at this becoming a shredded edition for you. And if I had a staff that would remind me to put the darn thing in there, but you know, it's okay because it's still a beautiful, complete, and gorgeous, one-of-a-kind shredded edition that you'll be proud to own. That was created right here before your eyes and available on eBay after the show at auction. We're gonna put our seal of approval on here. Darkness is a wonderful comic. If you ever get a chance to read it, Garth Ennis is an amazing writer. He weaves amazing tales. If you've never read anything by Garth Ennis, you're missing out. A master of comic book writing. And there we have another one for you, kids. Isn't that gorgeous? You can imagine what they'll look like on your shelf at home after you own one, and you'll be owning the only one. So get it on eBay right after the show. We'll be right back with another one. Hey comic book fans, and here we are with another shredded edition for you. And this one is, are you ready? Uncanny X-Men number 282. There's a lot of first appearances here, but the big one was Bishop. And this copy is going to become our next shredded edition. This one was done by Marvel Comics in November 1991. And there she goes. We'll see you in the next life, Bishop. Because you're going to become a shredded edition, a one-of-a-kind collectible that anybody will love to own. If you have a friend who is a little, let's say, a little anal about their comic books, and say, oh my goodness, you've bent my comic book. It's the end of the world. Well, I'll tell you what, tell them, get them a shredded edition and tell them to lighten up. Let's get our seal on there. Show that it was done here on episode 2 of the shredded edition by me, the comic book pusher, just for you. I'll be sure to go after the show and bid on these. Get one for yourself, get one for your friend. It'll look great on your shelf at home. If you like what we're doing, please give us a like down there. Subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Tell your friends about us. Share it on your Facebook. Tell them all about our shredded editions. These are one of a kind. Nobody but you will own this shredded edition that was made right here. And you can come back time and time again and see your shredded edition made right here on the show, right before your eyes. We'll be right back with another one for you. Hey comic book fans, we gave you 2 choices on our Facebook to decide which one of these you would like to see become a shredded edition. And you chose Cable. So Cable will become our next shredded edition. It was published by Marvel Comics in May 1983. Wraparound, gold foil on the front. I'm afraid as shiny and pretty as it is, it must become a shredded edition. So here we go, Cable. These will go on auction on eBay right after the show. Bye, Cable. It's going to be a nice one. Right after the show on eBay, and 10% of the proceeds of all the sales go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So please do bid on these. It's also for a good cause. Oh, look at all those nice shiny shreds in there. Now we are going to give you the opportunity every month to decide on a couple different comic books that we'll put on Facebook in a poll, and you will get to decide which one of these that we put on that poll becomes one of our next shredded editions in an upcoming episode. That gives you, the viewers, a chance to decide which one will become a new shredded edition. Look at that, it's a nice full one. Nice shiny pieces inside of what is a very well-known comic book highly recognizable cable with our certificate of authenticity. And we'll put our seals on there, and that is a beautiful thing. Hey comic book fans, in episode 1 of the Shredded Edition, we gave you a chance to decide which one of these 3 would become a Shredded Edition by you making comments down below. You could tell us which one you wanted and why you wanted it. There wasn't a clear consensus. It looks like it was pretty much a draw between 2 of the comic books, and those 2 that it was a draw between were these 2 comic books. So it came down to us having to decide which one of these should we make a Shredded Edition for this episode. And you know what? We decided to go with Elvira because it's so close to Halloween. We thought she would be the perfect candidate for a Shredded Edition. This is a really great one, number 1. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark from Dynamic Entertainment. It's a wonderful photo cover. You get a chance every episode, as I showed you in this episode, to choose what comic book you'd like to see become a Shredded Edition. It gives you the opportunity to take part in the show. So we'd love for you to be sure and do that, and to go to Facebook and choose which one of the ones on there we're going to do as a Shredded Edition in a future episode. So, Elvira, you are absolutely beautiful. As beautiful as you are, you're going to be immortalized in a Shredded Edition. Happy Halloween, Elvira! That's a noisy one. And make a one-of-a-kind Shredded Edition that'll be an absolute perfect addition to your Halloween decorations. Get our seals on there, and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, number 1. Is now forever immortalized, made right here on the Shredded Edition, officially by me, the comic book pusher, with my signature and a certificate of authenticity for you there. So there we go, fans. Stay tuned. Hey comic book fans, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is a shout out section. I'm going to shout out to all the people out there who've been supportive of us on the YouTube community and the comic book community, and the one you just heard, you know who you are. Thank you so much, Comic Jabroni, for all the support you've given me. Also, I wanted to thank Perry Comics and the lurkers. We're lurking here. We're looking all over the YouTube for all of the great stuff we can find in the comic book world. Thank you so much, Perry, for all your support. And hey, buddies. That's for you, Christine, and especially you, Lance. Your encouraging words have meant a great deal to me. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys' support. Hey, it's the Marvelous Adventures of T&G and me. What do you think, Tim? Should I be on the show? But really, I want to thank you guys so much for being such great help to us. And especially, I want to thank, as always, Bueller. You've all been great. We really appreciate it. It's been very cool of you guys to do all that for us and to tolerate the madness that I am doing here. I know it's not for everybody, but part of it's for charity, and we really appreciate your support. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll be right back. As this was being filmed, our auctions for episode 1 were ending, and we had 2 still available for auction. We'll be putting them right back up right after this episode. Justice League number 1 and Savage Dragon number 1. You still have a chance to bid on some of the very first Shredded Editions ever. Remember, part of the sales of this goes to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. We hope you had a good time with us. We're going to put these back into the mix. Please tell your friends about us. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And remember, read. It brings out the hero in you. See you next time, the Shredded Edition.